everybody. Welcome to Unlocking the Magic Live. I'm Connie, and this is Bruce, and we are from Unlocking the Magic podcast. If you haven't subscribed there, please subscribe to the show.
Yes. You can find it over at unlockingthemagic.com. Welcome to our live Monday night show. We do this live show thing every Monday night.
That's right.
And it's pretty fun.
If it's your first time,
yeah,
buckle in.
Buckle in.
Up.
If it is your first time, buckle in.
Buckle in. Buckle up. Buckle in tight.
We're going to talk a little Disney news,
Anything
talk about
goes.
the podcast. I was a little bit distracted there. Sorry about that.
Me too. Okay, sorry. Woo. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. That was a good holiday season and a good New Year's.
I'm still celebrating New Year.
Star Wars came out. We got to see that. That was interesting and fun. And it's just a good time.
You know what? Speaking of New Year's and everything, I just completely forgot to include one of my favorite, well, I can't say it's my favorite, but it's interesting because I feel like it's going to be my next favorite movie, and it's Black Panther.
Interesting.
I totally forgot to include that in our show, 2018, like what we're excited for and looking forward to.
That's interesting because I'm totally not excited for that.
I know, and you had mentioned that. You kind of forgot about it. It's opening in theaters February 16th, I believe, this year, and we got to see kind of I wouldn't say more of a sneak. What's more of a sneak peek?
More of a sneak peek.
More of a sneak peek?
Yeah.
A sneak look? A sneak...
Sneakier. I don't know.
Whatever. Anyway, they did share a bunch of things. Some
extended sneak peek.
Thank you, Bruce. You're on your A game.
I am. I Googled it.
Okay. Extended sneak peek about the movie while we were at the D23, which was really, really interesting.
It's funny you say that because I have no desire to see that movie whatsoever.
Yeah. It was kind of like a newer kind of...
I tell you what, I
Okay.
love the Marvel movies. Mm-hmm. Black Panther wasn't my favorite character.
You know, it's funny because I found out that people think that way about Ant-Man. Like, they haven't seen the movie Ant-Man, and they were asking us if they should see it. More than like a few people skipped over Ant-Man. Like, I don't think that would be like my kind of thing. I love the Marvel movies, but I don't know about Ant-Man. And let me just tell you, if you haven't seen it, it's one of my favorite movies.
It is one of the best movies.
And like, you have to see it. So
you know what? I like Black Panther, and I like the premise. The actor's accent bothered me. And I couldn't get past that. It's like when you go to a conference, right? Or you go to somewhere.
Somebody's using a Boston accent when they're not from Boston? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that could be the case.
Okay.
Or if you like see someone giving a speech and they always say something after, like, right? Or they say a word that just, you notice it, and then you get distracted by it.
Well, I want to know, so if you guys are looking forward to that, or, like, what would you rather? Black Panther or Avengers Infinity War? Because I forgot about the two. I forgot that, well, I didn't forget about Avengers, of course. I'm counting down the days on that. But I forgot that Black Panther was before this. So I wonder if you have to see Black Panther to get Avengers. Like, you know what I mean? It's all...
I don't think so, because you never really have to see any of the movies to get what movie that is. They refer them.
They refer them.
You know what the cool thing about Marvel movies is? Is when you do watch them a second or third time, and you do watch all of them, you catch the things that you missed during the other ones. Like when they're on the roof of... when you watch the Avengers, or it's Captain America, Civil War...
Mm-hmm. Well, I was just thinking of Civil War because if you haven't seen Ant-Man, you're not going to really get when he's in that.
Right.
It's not as going to be.
Or
funny.
on the roof, the guy
weird.
with the glasses refers back to Bruce Banner, and you wouldn't really know what that's about unless you saw them all. You wouldn't even catch it. It's not like you would miss something, but you wouldn't catch it.
Guy with the glasses.
Yeah, let's go. All right, let's say hi to everybody today.
Let's say hi to everybody.
Kristen's here. Justin.
Yes.
There's a lot of comments on my non-being excited for Black Panther, so I apologize for that. We will read those in a second. April is here. Mary... Brian, hello, Michelle, Shonda, Gail, Liz. There's a couple different Gails here. Welcome
There
all
is a
Gails.
few
Dan,
Gails.
what's going on? Darren, Katie, Jill, Justin. Justin says, why not? Black Panther is basically leads into Infinity War. That is true. And
That's what I mean. Like, you have to see it. And I'm excited. I totally forgot it was coming out. Actually saw the trailer of it today, and I thought, oh yeah, I completely forgot about Black Panther, even though... Like I said, at the D23, they were all about Black Panther, and they showed just some insight about the movie. It was pretty pretty amazing. So,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Listen, if you're watching the show now, hit the share button, share it with your friends. Let's get some more people here
away.
joining us on this little fun Disney community. I'm excited for the Black Panther, but don't you know me by now? Low expectations.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I was totally going at Star Wars, hoping it was... Not hoping, like, anticipating it being horrible.
Wait a minute. Wasn't it you that didn't even really care to go see Spider-Man, yet you're wearing a Spider-Man shirt right
I am
now?
wearing a Spider-Man shirt. Well, I got this for my birthday.
Wait a minute.
Am I the easiest person to buy birthday gifts for?
You are officially the easiest person
Alright.
on earth.
Yeah, so Christmas, my
To
birthday.
buy.
I got some new Star Wars shirts. I got a Spider-Man shirt.
It is hard that your birthday is right after Christmas.
Yeah.
I
Well, you're right
know,
about that. I didn't want to see...
There's a candy bar.
I didn't want to see Spider-Man.
So anyway,
Yeah.
low expectations. I
True.
totally agree. It is the key to life in a lot of ways, but it's really hard for me to calm my enthusiasm. You know?
Yeah. Brian
So-
says, shoot, we're just trying to catch up with Guardians 2. Which is good.
That is good. You know what? We saw Thor the other night again. All I keep thinking about is Thor Revengers, even though that's not the movie title, it's Ragnarok. But anyway, I really love that movie. I think that's a movie that I can see multiple times over and over. In fact, I have one of the songs stuck in my head from the movie, like the entire day. We saw it a couple of days ago. It's still stuck in my head.
It's like got a 70s vibe to the
It's
the
got a
music that they
it's
have.
got a cool Captain EO 80s vibe.
Is it
that
80s?
has my heart, man.
I feel like it reminds me of
It's definitely
70s.
disco, yeah, like a comedy. Well, that was
Yeah.
EO, like cool, futuristic. Anyway,
Guardians
All
2 is on Netflix now. Yeah, Guardians 2 is on Netflix now. So is, I think, Infinity War is.
yeah,
And the first Avenger. Or if you have Amazon Prime, you can also get some movies on there too, which we've been binging on those.
is that what we've been doing? I don't know how you've been getting them. I just watched them.
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
What? Happy belated birthday. Yeah, thank you so much for that.
Yes,
Appreciate that.
He doesn't announce it anywhere.
Yeah, I don't tell anybody my birthday. I'm old. I'm too old for that.
Doesn't want the attention.
Let's move
I
on.
was tempted to share it. but-
Guardians soundtracks
Okay.
are awesome. Yeah, the Guardians soundtracks are pretty good.
So they got, yeah. Oh my gosh, totally.
April says opinion on Doctor Strange. We're up for that one, and we're not sure.
What is your opinion on it? She caught me off guard at that moment because then
Megan says April, it's meh. Let's leave your comments on Doctor
I'm gonna let
Strange.
you guys answer that for her while I kind of sit here and simmer and kind of think of how I want to answer that one.
Mary, thank you so much. She said
This
happy
might
birthday.
be the first time I'm a little deflated.
On
Anyway,
Doctor Strange?
Yeah. I really wanted to love it.
What didn't you... Let's let them decide.
Okay.
Give us a thumbs up for Doctor Strange.
No, wait, because if they give us a thumbs
Don't
down...
give us a thumbs down.
No, we didn't.
Scratch that. Comment. Yes if you loved it, or no.
It can be meh, too. That's middle.
Well, that's what Megan said.
Yeah, meh. That's a very popular word in our household.
The new Pirates movie is on Netflix as well.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
That is... I don't know if I like that one as much.
Oh, I'm excited about seeing that again.
If you're watching this, though, hit the like button. That would be helpful.
Okay.
While I'm waiting for everybody's response. I don't know if my computer's slow or nobody's responding, but
What is happening?
yeah, it's probably...
Hopefully we're still live.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
We're live.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. People are starting to respond now.
All right. Cool.
Excellent. Doctor
All right.
Strange is okay. Not in my top 5 Marvel movies. Yeah, it's not in my top 5 Marvel movies for sure. I don't even think it's in my top 10 Marvel movies.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked it.
In all fairness, I've only seen it once, and sometimes that's hard to judge a movie the first time. Like sometimes you have to see it twice to really determine whether you like it or not.
You think?
I feel.
I think sometimes a movie can be good enough where you know the first time you
That's
want to
true.
watch it a second time.
All right,
like
yeah.
if a movie's great and you see it once and you leave the theater saying, I have to see that again,
Right.
you know it's great.
I guess that's true. I did.
Like Spider-Man, you left and you're like, I want to go watch that when I get home.
I could literally watch Spider-Man over and over. Tom Holland is amazing. Like, he is Spider-Man.
Right.
So, he was born to be Spider-Man. Just like... All right, I'll stop about that.
Guess what?
What?
Rick hasn't seen it.
Of course. Sorry. Okay. You know what, though? Poor Rick, right? But there's a lot of you guys that haven't seen a lot of the Marvel movies. I really don't know how you're living right now because...
Do you think it's because of the Ant-Man factor?
Possibly. Like, it's a little bit... It's overload. Like, you don't...
Not so much
feel-
overload, but people... When
Let's go deep into the thought. I wish there could be like a light
Ant-Man is not Captain America or
kind
Iron
of
Man.
dims around you. All right, sorry.
But even Iron Man, when that first came out, I had no desire to really see Iron Man.
Yeah. That's true.
Well, the Ant-Man's for that same category. I wonder if, like, Doctor Strange is on that.
Okay.
Rick says, hashtag I'm not alone. I don't know if you want to use that hashtag, though. Who knows where that leads?
Right.
Francine says she liked Doctor Strange. Really enjoyed it more than Ant-Man.
Malcolm says, good morning from the UK.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us.
All right, so can I answer my Doctor Strange yet? Is everyone still commenting?
Dan hasn't seen Doctor Strange either, so go ahead, comment.
I just think that it
I'm going to take a sip of my water.
It doesn't feel very it doesn't feel, I guess it's missing an element that I had thought was always, I don't know.
Huh?
It's missing something for me.
Kind of like your last comment?
Kind of like my last comment, although he does make an appearance in Thor Ragnarok. Are you proud I can say that?
Yeah.
Without stuttering or anything? Or
super proud.
I know. Whew. Okay. I was practicing, you guys. So he does make an appearance, and he's got this really worldly thing about him. So it's kind of cool. But
he's a doctor.
And yeah, I know. And he's like a wizard, and it's got part of it's cool. But I don't know. Maybe it was just sensory overload. Like
Scale 1 to 10.
Okay. All right. 6.
You can't say 7.
6.
All right, good.
All right. Moving.
What's your top 2018 Disney movies you can't wait to see?
Avengers, Infinity War.
Yep.
I'm actually really excited about Black Panther, even though I completely forgot all about that movie. What else?
Someone said A Wrinkle in Time.
Wrinkle in Time. So, okay, that's like, I'm really excited about that, but I'm trying not to be because I'm afraid I'm going to go into it with high expectations.
It actually, before we went on, I saw a preview for that just now, and it actually looked interesting.
Movies. There's so many movies that I love. I actually wish I wanted to get part of that. I think I'm a little jealous.
Incredibles 2?
That's like the movie I would want to be in. What?
Incredibles 2?
No, Wrinkle in Time. Incredibles 2?
Have you seen Incredibles 1?
Yes.
I have not.
I know. It's okay. We'll get you on there.
Someone asked, have we seen Coco?
Okay, so speaking of Coco, I don't know if you guys watched the Golden Globes last night, but it won for Best Animated Motion Picture 2000. I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
2018 Best Animated Picture, and we completely forgot to talk about this movie when we saw it. We were talking about like when we were, I think we may have mentioned that we were going to see it, but we never really gave our kind of review about the movie. Yeah. I loved it.
I liked it too. I actually thought it was a cute movie.
Where was
Movie.
We actually saw a really long preview about it, and actually while we were at Hollywood Studios not too long ago.
Oh yeah, In One Man's Dream.
Yeah, so that seemed to give away a lot of the movie, I would say. Don't you feel?
I don't think it gave away a ton of the movie.
Like the whole beginning of the movie was about that. I feel like the whole.
When you go into One Man's Dream, as you walk through, it's like a small museum.
Yeah.
You get to the back. They used to have the One Man's Dream movie playing, and then they have been doing these previews to upcoming movies that are coming out.
Right.
And it's like a 9 or 10 minute version of the movie, and it did give you a really extended look at Coco.
It was like the first 10 minutes of the movie.
But I thought it was cool.
No, I know.
It made me want to see it. It did a good job.
No, it was cool. It did make me want to see it, but the beginning of the movie, I was kind of bummed. I was like, wait, is there going to be more? But then it was more, much more, and I actually, shocker, cried like a baby at the end of the movie. It's all about family.
It is. Justin says that Coco better win an Oscar. First Disney Pixar movie since Toy Story 3 that had my whole family in tears at.
Aww.
Which was good.
Yeah.
BJ just showed up. He's
Anthony.
Fashionably late. And Steven.
Hey, BJ.
And Steven.
Anthony Gonzalez as Miguel. Just really a lot of really amazing talent. Talented actors in this movie. And just the whole storyline and the visuals was just outstanding. Pixar, like everything you want in a Pixar movie, it totally delivered. And I hope I'm not overselling this movie because I don't want you to go, what was she thinking? It's not that great. But it really, I feel like I can't.
You saw it in the movie theater too, though, which makes a difference.
That is true. So, sometimes those movies you have to see in the theater.
Danielle Smith is in WDW.
What?
Blocked. Just kidding. Just kidding, Danielle.
Someone else is in Epcot, I believe. I forget who. But I hope you're having fun, Danielle.
Well, that's interesting because it's been like negative 42 degrees here for the last 2 weeks.
It's been cold in Florida as well. They've had to suffer.
50 degrees.
I know.
It's cold for Florida, but not really that cold. I don't really feel that bad.
Our hearts are with you.
Everybody say hello to Danielle. She's in the comment box there, and she's in WDW, which is kind of...
She is.
I'm jealous.
We are totally jealous. But yeah, go see Coco. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Super good movie. One of my favorite things about Coco, I'll have to admit, is that, and I actually hope to connect with him again soon.
Me?
I know I did this, but I didn't mean you. I hope to connect with Rolly Crump again because it really reminded me of him, even though he didn't have anything to do with the movie per se. I just felt like his love of Day of the Dead. He talked about that with us.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
and
that.
how he got married on Day of the Dead, and just that vibe and style totally remind me of him. So, and Aaron knows how much I love him.
I totally didn't even remember that.
It's going deep. See, I need lighting. I need lighting on this show. Because then when we go deep, it like brightens when I'm talking, and then it dims. And then, you know.
Then I talk, you mean?
Yeah.
So it dims when I talk?
No. Go ahead.
That's weird.
No.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
His art kind of reminded me of that Mexican vibe as well.
Yeah.
Like the skeletons in the movie.
Day of the Dead. It's like a really cool...
Yeah,
I never really knew what that was.
Go back and listen to that Rolly Crump interview.
It really was a really cool... I almost said wicked. Stop myself. It was a wicked, cool way.
Wicked cool.
To I learned about the heritage. I learned about like the culture and how they celebrate the Day of the Dead, which is super amazing.
Yeah.
And I wish I did that. Anyway.
Celebrate. Why can't you celebrate the Day of the Dead?
I think I'm gonna.
You should.
Okay.
It's gonna be fun.
All right. And the marigolds and the flowers.
Yes.
So pretty.
So on this recent podcast, we mentioned that Toy Story Land is opening.
We did.
And we kind of said it's opening this summer, but we weren't sure of the exact date. And then someone emailed us and said, hey, it's opening in the spring. But it's actually opening in the summer.
Well, it says summer 2018.
Right.
Shane, what was it on the...
I'm looking at it right here on the Disney Parks blog. It says...
Well, they announced on New Year's Eve. They announced all the exciting things that's coming to Disney Parks. So whether that be Disneyland Paris, wherever. And so they mentioned Toy Story Land opening April 26th, I think. Sometime in April. In Shanghai Disneyland. Which... I mentioned, will that be like a total insight of what to expect for here?
Maybe. It might be a little bit into
the parks in Florida, but you said no because it's not necessarily anything. Nothing is really the same.
It may have a similar vibe.
Well, that's what I mean. Is it like going to be like, is it going to give away too much? Are we going to be...
Well, maybe just like when... I'm going to call it Star Wars Land. In Disneyland opens, is that going to be a prerequisite to what the Disney World's going to look like?
Prerequisite. Yeah. You're using fancy words.
Yeah, I like that one.
All right. I don't know. But anyway, I'm excited. So what were you about to say?
Well,
I rudely interrupted.
Again?
Yeah.
There's a blog post that says 5 things we know about Toy Story Land so far.
Okay.
It says you can view Toy Story Land model now at Walt Disney Presents. Slinky DoorDash looks sweet, which it does. We've seen that actually driving by.
It is pretty cool to see it. If you're down there and you're driving by, you can see the track. And it's pretty interesting that Disney actually allows you to see it. Don't you feel like everything is so hidden and undercover, but yet when you're driving down the highway, you can see it?
I guess there has to be a point, though, at some point during the build where you're going to have to see some things.
Yeah.
There's too much happening, and there's too much resorts and highways down there now for it to be super secluded like it used to be.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, look at Disneyland.
That's true.
You see Disneyland, you see the outside, you see the California Screaming from where they have the D23.
Yeah, but that's Disneyland.
I know.
Small.
Well, that's where it started.
That's true. Okay.
Guess we'll dine at Woody's Lunchbox.
That's cool.
Are you excited to dine at Woody's Lunchbox?
I am.
What are your thoughts? I think that this Toy Story Land looks really cool. I feel like it's going to remind us of the Toy Story version of Cars Land.
I think you're right about the vibe on that part of it, and I think what you mentioned about how our kids are older now and they're not as in love with cars as they used to be when that movie came out. Of course, they were all about it. We had all the toys, and as they got older, they kind of have forgotten about the movie. But when we were in California Adventure, they rediscovered their love for that movie because you're so immersed in the story. So I can totally imagine them being able to do that with Toy Story Land. So that's what
Right.
makes me excited. But yeah.
Clay says
Was
Toy
that
Story
too
Land is
long?
set to open Memorial Day weekend.
I feel like I'm talking way too much.
No.
I heard that too. Memorial Day weekend, I heard that too. Disney's saying summer, so
Yeah.
hopefully they'll be announcing it somewhere more publicly with a concrete date.
Francine
on
says
their
going
site.
the week after Thanksgiving this year. I'm hoping it will be open then. I'm pretty sure
yeah.
it'll be open by Thanksgiving.
Definitely.
Someone says thoughts. Any thoughts on POTUS addition to the Hall of Presidents? I mean, he's president. You're gonna have to add him to the Hall of Presidents.
Yep. Let's see. What else?
We'll be there June 1st. What do you think around the same time Pandora did? Whoa, when did Pandora first open?
A while ago now.
I know, but what time? Like, was it May of
Yes.
2017?
Similar time.
Yeah, so maybe that's what they're going for.
Memorial
I think
Day.
they're not
Memorial
like
Day weekend.
they don't have a set time for it, so they're just saying that. They
I
can always
think they're
open earlier.
I don't think they're broadcasting it. Let's just say there's been a little bit of, and some people may have some more insight than others, and may even have tickets
Right.
and things. But I think that they're trying to. They're not publicly sharing.
Do you think it's going to be crazy like Pandora was?
Without a doubt.
I don't know. Do you think
Are you
Toy
kidding
Story
me?
Land's going to be as crazy as Pandora?
First of all, you can't even still to this day get into the attraction at Hollywood Studios without a 4-hour.
I don't know. I wonder if it's got as much build up about Toy Story Land as Pandora does.
What I think that it definitely does is
I think it's been overshadowed by Pandora and Star Wars Land.
well, I think the difference between Pandora is that Toy Story Land is going to appeal to a broad range of kids of all ages, whereas Pandora, World of Avatar, it's an older crowd to really appreciate it.
I disagree with you.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
Because I think Pandora had something that these
I
other...
want to mute button. Forget it. I just want to be like, sorry, go ahead.
I feel like Pandora had something that these other lands don't have, which is a night and day experience.
Oh.
And it was new technology. Like, it was something that people were looking forward to because you remember the movie and it had such forward technology. You were excited to see that and wonder how they were going to make the islands float like they did in the movie in the land. Where Toy Story Land is just like a big... It's going to be great. But it's immersive land like Carlswood.
Sounds like you have low expectations.
Always do.
All right.
I love my life by low expectations.
But I like where you're going with it.
Someone says take away the crowds from Pandora, so less wait time for Flight of Passage.
See?
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I try not to think too much about it. I try to just enjoy it as it comes along. I don't know. I'm really just kind of going with. I feel like we've talked about it so much that I'm kind of like, is it open already?
Toy Story Land?
Yeah.
Have we talked about it a lot?
Not us per se, but just everyone, people. So,
Yeah.
and I think that it's just kind of like to me anyway, personally, I think it's going to be amazing and I'm excited for it, but truly, obviously, I'm really excited for Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah. Star Wars Land, you mean?
Yeah, Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
So I'm not kidding when I'm telling you that. You may just leave me there. I'll figure it out. Figure out food and shelter and whatever. So that's where my mind is. This is all great, but I can't wait till that.
I think Hollywood Studios is going to be crazy once
Yeah.
Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opens and Star Wars Land is going to be like what Pandora is now.
Which is, again, what I talked about on the show is the overall vibe is really what I'm excited about. Not so much these lands per se, but the vibe that these lands, because once these are officially opened, Mickey's hat's gone. There's so many things that have gone away in Hollywood Studios, and so I'm excited and curious to see what kind of vibe it is, because it is one of my favorite parks. It's always teeters between that and Magic Kingdom all the time. Everyone knows how much I love old Hollywood, and so I was really sad to see Great Movie Ride go and all that. So I'm just curious.
Mary says, I can't wait to see Pandora after listening to your podcast with Mark. Mark was great on that.
Mark's amazing.
I can't wait to bring him on our live show. We're going to be he said he's going to come on. We just have to schedule it out for him to join us here on a live show Monday night.
You guys,
can ask you questions.
Yeah, go check him out on his website. I'm actually wearing his bracelet tonight. He wears it. He was wearing it on the live show.
The live stream?
The live stream the other night. So
I wonder if he's allowed to mention that. He can be like, pop my bracelet.
I can mention it.
I know, you can.
So, but it's really cool. It's really cool. LOL for life, and it's just a really good reminder to just Live life with laughter. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm excited to have him join us.
Yeah, me too.
If you didn't listen to that episode, that was the one where Mark Daniel is the host of Disney Parks Blog Live. So that was a good episode. It was really fun to have him on. I can't wait to have him come on and interact with you guys. It's going to be exciting.
And Inside Disney Parks, and he's
the co-director too for Indiana Jones.
He's got so much happening.
That's like the best. He's got the best life. I want to come back as Mark Daniel.
Yeah, I just want to be adopted.
It's like, oh, what are you doing today, Mark? I got to work all day. What are you doing? Oh, I'm gonna be in a couple Indiana Jones shows, and then I got to do this whole Disney Parks Blog Live.
I got to go to Pandora, and I have to ride Flight of Passage. Tough.
Yes. Hey, Vendetta is back.
Yes, Vendetta is here. I'm so excited that you joined us on our live show.
That's a good question to ask the audience.
What is that?
What her question was.
And am I allowed to talk about it?
Vendetta, can we talk about that? We may not mention your name, but we did already, so.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We're just going to move on for a second while you answer.
Yes.
She is late, but that's okay. I'm just really happy that you're here. I haven't been reading comments, so that is really... I feel like I've been talking way too much today.
That's fine.
All right, so you read comments while Vendetta maybe decides whether or not we can...
All right, she said, of course.
Okay.
88 days. Rebecca has 88 days till our WW trip. Can't wait. Yes. That's exciting. Go ahead. So she said you could talk about that.
Oh, okay. So... Oh.
You go. Okay. I will sit back and listen.
Okay, here we go. Even though I've talked way too much tonight. Vendetta just came back from a great Walt Disney World vacation. In fact, her photos that she's shared are one of my favorite photos.
They were pretty good.
They were amazing. She nailed everything with her Disney bounds and just everything that we talk about on the show. She did mention a couple times I was right about a lot of stuff, which was awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just going to say it. Okay. Anyway, she suffered with sort of that Disney withdrawal when she came back that she really didn't think she would have, sort of the Disney blues that everyone talks about. And so we were talking about how to kind of cope with those blues. And I realized that so many of you come back, me included. I'm sad before we even get there.
Like on the plane, when the plane lands in Orlando, I'm already having the Disney blues because I'm counting down the days till we have to go home.
It goes by so fast.
Team talks too much. We'll just hash that.
I really, seriously.
T-shirts coming soon. Hashtag Team talks too much.
I don't know what's going on tonight. A lot of coffee today.
Yeah.
I did get a lot of sleep. This I have to say, with the holidays and then New Year's and then what was it called? What kind of blizzard did we have? It was like the worst
blizzard in the history of
like
blizzards.
The day after tomorrow kind of movie literally happened in New England. So our kids, and myself included, we've been in pajamas for like 2 weeks. So I've been getting a lot of sleep. Maybe that's the key. Anyways, how to deal with those Disney blues. And so that is a topic that I think we've never really got into before. And I felt so bad because I'm like, you know what? This is something that I think everyone suffers.
I didn't realize how many people dealt with that.
Yeah.
You don't usually get that when you're on a regular vacation. Because sometimes when you're on a regular vacation, and by regular vacation I mean anywhere other than Disney, you kind of want to get home. Yeah, a long time ago. And I wanted to go home. You
missed your bed.
Yeah, like it gets to a point where you can only do whatever is there so much, and it gets a little bit boring, especially for me. That's why I like Disney so much, because there's so many things to do.
Yeah.
But I want to go home. Disney's the only one where I'm like, I really don't want to go home.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to move there. Like, is there any way that I could live my life where I do Disney every day?
Yeah.
But it hasn't happened yet.
I'm sorry. We're working on it. So, yes. If you can share your advice on what you do to cure your Disney blues. I talked to Vendetta. I said, hey, that's how we started the show, really. we started craving Disney so much that we started a podcast. A lot of times I find just booking your next vacation, whether that be in 2 years, 3 years, whatever, even just thinking about it and going on that website and kind of planning or checking out things that you've never seen before always helps.
Yeah.
But I love everyone's leaving comments because I love some of the advice you guys are sharing. See what they say.
I like to plan your next trip, even if it's 2 years away, like our cruise. You get to look forward to that, right? And you can plan, and you could look forward to, and then you're not just reading Disney blogs or watching Disney live shows like this one or listening to our podcast. You're anticipating your trip coming up because you know there's a deadline, and every day that goes by, you're one day closer to your next Disney trip.
That's right. And involve Disney in your house and we do certain things where we involve, I mean, of course, it's a little different for us because we actually do the show and we're sort of more involved, I feel, now than ever before. But before that happened, we still were using a lot of these suggestions to really help with that. And I still feel like we get the blues. I'm going to be honest.
I mean, it's true. Like, listen, I have the blues right now talking about it.
It's just like...
I know we're not going for a little bit, and it's like we're talking about Disney
vortex,
all the time.
Whatever we went through.
And I want to go back, so it happens. I think that planning your next trip is key. Like, you have to plan a time. And if you plan one so far away, I know Disney's expensive, and it can be pricey, but you can really do it pretty affordably.
There are ways to do it, for sure. Ways that you probably didn't think of before, or even just, I think one of the things that we definitely don't do as a whole, and I'm going to go deep again, is, where's the lighting, is that we don't budget for vacation. And I know that sounds silly because it might sound frivolous or whatever. I know so many people go through tough times. We had our own tough times, but I think that budgeting and taking, in consideration like what you can kind of sacrifice maybe, and budgeting for vacation and that family time is more important than anything else. So, and it doesn't have to be a $5,000-$10,000 trip to Walt Disney World. You can go to Disney without spending that much.
Yeah, I think a mistake that people make is they'll go to Disney and they'll go for a week and do 7 days at the parks, and it's expensive that way. You could literally go a couple days. I know it doesn't cost that much more the more you add days on.
Right.
But you're not just paying for going to the park. You're paying for the food while you're in the park. You're paying for the transportation. You're paying for your resort. So there's a lot of ways that you can go on Disney in a budget. And if you plan it far enough out, it only costs you a few bucks a day to put aside. If
you really think about it, that's what I was saying about budgeting about vacations. Like, I feel like we budget as a whole. Even if you don't have kids or whatever, we just don't think of it as something that should be part of your life. It's just budgeting for that time. I feel like we just don't do that as a whole.
She actually took all your tips, and like the pictures she sent were pretty. We should have her on the show. Vendetta, you should come on the podcast.
Your pictures were amazing. I don't even know if we do it that well. Like we take.
No way. We don't
talk about it, but
we're very bad at doing that.
Lately,
we're bad at documenting while we're there.
For sure.
We're better at talking about it afterwards.
We should just have the kids document for us.
Yeah.
I think that might be better. I don't know. We'll get the hang of it soon.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's what we used to do in the beginning. We used to budget out, and we would know that we would go to Disney at least once a year. We would plan it for a vacation. It was a year away, and we would pay $100 or a couple $100 every month until it was 12 months out. So if you did $200 or $300 a month, it doesn't seem that much at a time. And then before you know it, we're a month away, and it's kind of almost all paid off.
You kind of figure out how to get there, because Brian says the airfare is expensive for you. And it had been, but we've actually figured out a few tips on that.
We did?
Well,
I'm not saying them, though, because then...
Why not?
Because I'm not saying them.
I will give you guys some tips.
Yeah.
Another time, but we've been able to do some pretty creative things with airline tickets, which has been pretty awesome. But getting in the car is something that we're used to. So if we had to get in the car and go, you just make the best of it.
Also, Tim says a good point here. Also, maybe not shoot for a mega 10-day trip or the bigger resorts. Just got home from an 11-day trip, and it actually made me see the 4 to 5 day trips in a whole new light that we can budget for. Yeah, we go, and now we go for a week at a time. But we've done 4 or 5 day trips before.
Yep.
And we go to the park once or twice. And what you do is, you don't go to every park twice. If you go down for a week, maybe skip a park or two and go to 2 that you really want to see. And then it gives you something to look forward to your next time. You don't have to see everything on your every visit and get exhausted. I'm
laughing because you know that I don't know how to do that.
You're right about
that. It's true. Yeah. Okay. Chelsea is here. She says sorry. She's late. And I love you guys are adding some extra advice here.
Audrey's here. Audrey's in Walt Disney World right now.
Waiting in line for a bus. Where are you going?
Blocked. Uber. Mini Uber.
Where are you going tonight, Audrey? I want to know. She has been taking our Unlocking the Magic sticker and kind of doing, what's that called? With the... I lost it.
It's like some name, right? Flat something.
Flat Stanley. Yeah. Thank you. All around, which has been truly so fun, and I look forward to every picture she shares, and it just makes me giggle. Next time, I'll send you a picture of like our faces.
Yes.
And we'll do like stick figures.
You have to be in our Patreon group in order to see her pictures, though, because that's where she's sharing them.
So it does make us jealous, but it's a lot of fun, and I love seeing them. So keep them coming. Oh, she's going to Magic Kingdom tonight?
I can't wait to hear.
Animal Kingdom.
John says, I can't wait to hear your airfare tip someday. We have to make sure that it's accurate. We've done it once or twice.
It's accurate. What do you mean?
It is accurate.
Because you always second guess it, and I'm saying to you, I've done it.
No, I was not.
Okay. Anyway, moving on.
So everybody's saying, like, Justin says, my wife able to get discounts at hotels, but he prefers to stay on Disney property. It isn't the same if you don't stay on Disney property. It can be good. It's still a great vacation, but it's not the same if you don't stay on Disney property.
It's different. I find that when we do that, we just spend more time.
It's like a good movie or a great movie. Like, right? When you go to Disney and you don't stay on property, you're like, that was good. When you stay on Disney property and you leave, you're like, I don't want to go home.
That is true. But if you are able to save a significant amount of money, and you guys know, sometimes you can go and really score a great price if you're willing to sit a 90-minute timeshare talk.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You got to really say no at the end. But
I can't sit 90 minutes for any talk.
I know that. But you can budget things in, and you don't necessarily miss being at the so you can go visit and do things at the resorts with that extra money and still have a really great vacation without having to spend, because I mean, $400 sometimes a night, that's a lot. Okay.
Oh my good.
What's going
Anthony
on?
says, I once did a vacation that was 5 days at Disney World, 1 day at SeaWorld, 2 days at Universal Studios, and 1 day at Busch Gardens, and 1 day at NASA.
What? Kennedy Space Center is my favorite.
I got tired just reading that.
That is exhausting, but
Wow.
a lot of fun, Anthony.
I'm impressed.
Kind of want to hang out.
Do you have kids? Because if your kids did that, they are amazing.
They are amazing.
Because that is all a lot.
That's a lot, but
Yes.
I love it. Kennedy Space Center is one of my favorite. I know it's not Disney, obviously, but I really love it.
It is fun. I don't know if you could do that multiple times.
I think that
You need to take a couple years off, unless they add something new.
unless you're Connie and are obsessed with space.
Well, it's the same thing over and over again.
Unless you're Connie and obsessed with space.
Yeah, I guess you're true.
You can drop me off there.
Yeah.
I love it.
A lot of people are leaving their airfare tips, which is cool.
That is cool.
Here's the thing. Our next podcast episode, a lot of people have asked us because we recently stayed at the Boardwalk, so we're going to be unlocking the Boardwalk on this week's episode of the show.
Okay.
I want to hear everybody's favorite, like give me your top 4 resorts that you've stayed at. If you haven't stayed at 4, your top 1 or your top 2, however many resorts you've stayed at, I want to know in order your favorite to least favorite. And by your least favorite is still great.
Okay.
I know that, but like 1 through 4 or however many you stayed, but keep it at 4 if you've stayed at 10.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
I'm confused.
Does that make sense?
No. I'm going to have to...
Drop it in the comments.
Don't know what you said, but...
Patricia,
I have to do anything?
Grand Floridian,
Okay.
Contemporary. Contemporary is pretty underrated.
I love all the reasons.
Is it underrated? It's underrated for me.
The Contemporary?
Yeah.
It's not underrated.
Because I never wanted to stay there, and then I went there last time. I'm like, why the heck didn't I ever want to stay here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
Somebody said something. I actually like the bus route with Fort Wilderness.
Patricia.
What?
Grand Floridian number 1, 2 through 4 are the same.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Caribbean Beach was good. I like the Caribbean Beach. That was pretty good.
The Caribbean Beach.
Steven says Contemporary, Polynesian, Boardwalk, Wilderness Lodge. Like, Steven's got my style.
Yes, that's definitely your
Me too,
style.
Steven.
I can see. Well, I would say your style except flipped the two. So Polynesian would go in front of Contemporary.
Justin says Animal Kingdom, Port Orleans, Riverside, Caribbean Beach, Pop Century. I would just flip the Caribbean Beach and Riverside if that was my list.
I actually might disagree with you now.
Riverside?
Yes, because I really think those mansions are pretty awesome. I really do. Okay. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay.
A little disappointed, but that's fine. Dan says Art of Animation was our first trip. I want to stay at the Polynesian, Copper Creek.
I like the pool at the Caribbean Beach better than Riverside, though. Okay, moving on.
The Riverside pool was not my favorite pool.
But it's cool that you got to use the French Quarter pool, too.
You know why the Riverside pool wasn't our favorite pool? It was an
Why?
incident that happened our first time we got there.
No, I think I know.
Which like...
No. You know what it is?
What is that? What is it called when you like... Or it like mentally scarred me?
It's moving on. It's the fact that it was surrounded by a lot of trees. There wasn't a lot of sunshine at that pool, and so I think that's what we were. Maybe we just went in and off.
And I was mentally scarred by an incident.
And okay, keep going.
Liz says Poly Contemporary Grand Floridian Boardwalk. What would yours be? Top 4.
Oh gosh.
I'll put you on the spot. Any category, doesn't matter. Top 4.
Okay, so Polynesian Contemporary are the first 2 without a doubt, and then the next 2 are going to be so hard that I might need like a while.
Come on, you have 3 minutes. Go.
That's really hard. There's so many great resorts after that. Okay, I said it's Poly Contemporary. Darn, I don't know. I guess the Boardwalk. I really like that vibe of the like 40s music playing that they pipe through the hallways. That's totally my style.
I like the Boardwalk.
The pool is
a little scary.
It's not.
Frightens me a little.
You know what? It's elegant if you have to have a clown there. They do it in an elegant manner.
Yeah.
But that aside, oh gosh. I'm telling you, it's really hard. I don't know. I need a moment.
Kate says Animal Kingdom, Wilderness Lodge, Bay Lake, Old Key West. Mine would be Polynesian, Wilderness Lodge. I had to look at that one because there was one in there. Animal Kingdom.
As your third?
Contemporary.
I didn't expect that at all.
Animal Kingdom is. I like the Animal Kingdom. I like animals. I just don't want them real close to me.
You just want them.
I want to look at them.
I'm only surprised at that because you didn't love the pool there.
I didn't, but there's a couple.
Okay.
And you know what? We say hang out at the pool, but when you go to Disney World, you don't hang out at the pool all that often.
Well, we try to, but you don't let us.
Well, that's what I mean. So I don't hang out at the pool all that often.
What about
once a trip, maybe twice.
What
a
about
trip.
the Coronado? What about? I mean, there's so many.
The Coronado and the Caribbean Beach was good, but to me, it's about being able to walk to the lobby or walk to the quick service place in a short period of time.
Yeah.
We stayed at the Caribbean Beach, and it was a hike.
It was a hike.
Same with the Coronado.
Oh, I mean...
The Coronado was a hike as well.
I don't know. There were points in Disney's Beach Club that were a hike, if you ask me. So,
but it didn't feel as hike-ish.
Hike-ish?
Because I was indoors.
Good point.
Right?
Okay.
The 2 downfalls, and this is a preview to the podcast this week of the Boardwalk, is the quick service stinks.
Wait, what?
Yeah, sorry.
Not the Boardwalk, though.
I mean the Beach Club.
Okay.
Not the Boardwalk, scratch that.
Okay.
The Beach Club.
Wait.
Quick service stinks. It stinks. I'm sorry. I love Disney. It's not that great.
Work on the quick service.
Exactly. Like,
okay.
Restaurants are important to me. I understand restaurants, and when you have not one piece of restaurant equipment, but you're selling food that's cooked, to me, that stinks.
Talking like a true hangry man.
Yes. Second of all,
is Charlie here tonight?
The elevator situation.
He witnesses.
I want the option to take the stairs.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
That bugged me.
What about positive?
The pool is phenomenal. The location is amazing. The rooms were fantastic. The bus situation is like unbelievable.
It's like your own concierge.
There's only 2 bad things that I dislike about the Beach Club, and those are the 2 things.
You know what the thing I love the most about the Beach Club? Yeah. It's so silly to say, but the smell of the Beach Club lobby.
Yeah.
If I could recreate that smell, I know there's a few sites where you can buy candles. Do they sell a candle like that? I don't know. But really that scent really felt very comforting after a long day. As soon as we hit the lobby, I was super relaxed. They must, I don't know what they do.
You're connected to the yacht club too, which is almost like 2 resorts in one.
Which, if I had to choose theme-wise, and we're going to talk about this on the show too, my preference for theme-wise might be the yacht club because we're sort of used to that New England, Nantucket look here in where we are in Massachusetts. So we see a lot of that.
But did you see the lobby at the yacht club last time we were there?
Yes.
It was amazing.
That's a
better than the Beach Club.
That's my kind of piratey style, I would say. It's not Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like you're boarding a ship. And it's very rich and luxurious, and that's definitely my style.
The sand bottom pool though was phenomenal. Here's like something that's really cool that I'll talk about on the podcast.
Okay.
They have the tubes, right?
Yeah.
So the kids, they have a lazy river, and it's really it's slow going. So you sit in the tube and you're barely moving, but it moves you around. But the tubes,
You're so excited.
I'm so excited about this. Like, I literally found this out and used this the last day we were there, and I was like having so much fun with the kids.
Yeah.
You use the inner tube, and they're clear. But if you look from the top through the inner tube, it's like looking at goggles underwater. And your kids can be, either you or the kids can be kind of swimming around in the sand bottom pool under your float, because the Lazy Rivers it's like 8 feet deep. So
Yeah.
It's pretty deep. And you can see them clear as day through the inner tube. And I totally didn't find that out till the last day. And I was having so much fun with the kids.
You did have a blast.
I wish I had that earlier, but it was raining anyway, so it didn't matter.
Okay.
And they have a pool table up top.
The pool table is pretty amazing. Yes. We'll share a lot of things we did.
All right, that's enough.
Not more, somewhat of a review, but more for like what, I guess a review, but not, I feel like it's a review, but sort of more of the story of the beach club too. And that's what I want to share.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
All my complaints are out here. The podcast will be much more positive.
There's 2 complaints.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, well, it's getting late. It's 8:45.
Wow, it is.
It's flying by tonight. I feel like we talked about a lot. I hope you guys are having fun. Those of you that are in Disney, feel free to share pictures on our Facebook page.
Yes.
Or on Twitter. If you're on there, you can share some pictures on there.
That is true.
Which I'm not active on, but Bruce is
On Twitter?
fully...
I shared a short video of Walt Disney describing the Carousel of Progress, which it was a longer video that I found, but I cut it down to about 60 seconds for Instagram and Twitter, and I was like, I could literally watch Walt Disney talk. His voice is so soothing all day long while I work. And I thought that was a great clip. So if you missed it, I got like 5,000 views on Twitter, and it was retweeted like 300 times.
It sounds like you're bragging.
No, I'm just like, because I feel like there's a ton of people who are like me and could listen to Walt talk all day long.
I'm just teasing you because earlier I was bragging about how Vendetta said I was right about a lot of
Oh,
stuff.
you were right. Yeah.
Just kidding. But yeah, no, I know. It was pretty awesome.
But I think on Twitter and on Instagram, I'm going to be sharing some more clips like that I find, because I think they're awesome, and I want to share the history of Walt Disney, and I love listening to him talk. So if you're not following us on Twitter and Instagram, go do that. On Twitter, we are WW Unlock Magic, and on Instagram, we are the same. I think we're on WW Unlock Magic or Unlock Magic or something. Go to the website, unlockingthemagic.com.
Go to the website.
Click the links. One's a bird and one's a camera. Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. I know, why don't we just call it that? Like, we're on the bird.
Yeah,
We're
one's
on
a
the
bird
camera.
and one's a camera. Yeah.
The
that's cool.
Polaroid camera. Isn't
Yeah.
it a Polaroid camera?
Is
Okay.
it a Polaroid camera?
I don't know.
I don't either. But, all right, guys, have a great night. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the podcast. Share this out with your friends so they can come join us on next Monday's show. That would be
Share
awesome.
it. Tag some friends that you know. You can tag them in the comments. Say, hey,
Yes.
so-and-so, we are going to Walt Disney World. 2018, we're making it epic. And just tag your friends.
That is true.
And these two know what they're talking about.
We kind of do. We kind of almost really do.
Yeah.
All right?
Sounds good.
Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next week. And if you listen to the show, we'll see you or hear us on Wednesday or Thursday. See ya.
Bye.